Thanks for
We're
waking us
in.
up, Rich B.
We're in.
We needed an alarm clock. So you still installing those blasted LiftMaster?
Yeah. Yeah. I got
Have you been doing the Bluetooth ones?
no, I haven't. I've got 4 of the 8365 left.
Okay. I'm kind of, you know, kind of curious to see how the Bluetooth. If they could.
You're gonna have nothing but problems.
I don't know what
What's
to
up,
do on
Bert?
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that Bluetooth, I mean, I've had it where I've had to pull up, hit the button again before the door open, you know.
For the Bluetooth.
There's yeah, the hesitation on the MyQ and
Damn, it's got glitches. I thought the range on it was really good, is what I was hearing.
well, I'm sure, yeah. I can open my Florida home no problem, but I'm just
Mm.
saying there's been times I've pulled up and I've hit
Huh.
the button and it's done its circle and yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But you
Oh.
know
So maybe
what?
it's not. Huh.
I d- I don't like change for one.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. Ah. Yeah.
That that last batch of openers, that's what I special ordered those. They went hunting to find
Yeah.
them. They were pretty beat
Yeah.
up. Some of them were dented.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, I got some. There's an 8160. There's a couple of those, and it looks like a 6580L sitting over there. And then I think we're just gonna uh, get some more genies because it's easy to get them delivered.
Yeah.
Um, but the only, besides, you know, them being dead sometimes, just out of the box or something, or they get hit by electric. The wall. The only thing I could say I can gripe with right now is probably the keypad. The keypads seem like they're kind of delayed. I don't like that you can't push the button to close it. You got to type the whole damn number in and then hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but at least I don't feel like we've. I mean, all we go back to right now is Chamberlain. Chamberlain LiftMaster. It seems like that's not everyone, but that's just the majority of what we. Um, I don't understand it. We still got a wall button that's got to be changed at one for a two door. Today the 893, not max, just they quit
Uh-huh.
working. I don't know. I do have a little sneaky suspicion that possibly the tenant messed with them somehow, but the
Yeah.
fact that the customer couldn't program, he's up there pushing the button. He's like, I pushed the thing. And I'm like, let's just go to the original remotes. And, so we did that. And that way I told him, I said, something happens again, at least you know how to program it. You just obviously hit the purple button, hit the learn button or hit the remote, it'll learn. But so I'm thinking about possibly, there's a couple things. I don't think we have any more of that. Do you know? I don't even know if you know what it's called. That T that goes on top of the T rail for LiftMaster to run your wires down. Um, I don't know.
Let
Maybe
me
we do have some
see.
up there.
Yeah. I've got it right here. I buy it in
Where you
the 3-inch pieces. Where is it? It's here.
3-inch?
Yeah, you can buy it in 3-inch. I got a bag of it
Oh,
somewhere. Oh,
all
right
right.
here. It's
Yeah, I think
called
I always.
3-inch T-rail clip. You get
Where do you get
100
it
in a
from?
bag.
Oh, damn.
Where do you think I get it from?
Service?
Yep.
Huh. Oh, yours looks different. Huh. Ours just was like that, but
You
stacked.
you can buy it. You can buy it in long
Huh.
lengths, but I like it pre-cut. You put 4 or 5 of these
Uh,
up there. Snap, snap, snap. You're
hmm
good to go.
I've
Yep.
never seen it jogged like that. I've always seen it stacked
Here.
on top of each other.
What do you mean stacked on top of each other? I don't
Like
understand.
you put it on the T and then it's straight up. You just stick the wires, you just shove them in the
Oh,
top.
really?
Yeah.
Here, see, these
So
are here's
are those
sections.
stacked? Yeah, that's what I'm
No,
used to.
well, this is the same thing as what I just showed you,
No kidding. I'll be darned. Yeah, I don't remember it like that. I always remember it just being
but
like
they're
a
long,
yeah. Which ones do you prefer?
the short ones,
Yeah.
because this will fall down in your van and get broke
Yeah.
or whatever. Where the
Yeah.
3 inch, you can put them in a spot.
Do you know what those 3-inch roughly cost, you think, for a bag?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
I
I
just
can.
I'm just curious.
I can give you a price. Give me 1 second. I Where is that?
Today,
Huh?
I said
Today?
only for today for 3 easy
Oh,
payments of 19.99.
yeah.
I
Where's my book?
swear.
I
Thought
just.
maybe I was
Oh,
touching
here it
some.
is. There we go. Let's see. Man, there was a
I,
mosquito a minute ago that flew by here. I don't know if you guys seen it. It was that big. It's
it
huge.
was that
He
big.
was huge.
Oh man, that's funny.
I don't know if he'd been sucking on Jeff's dog or what, but he's been growing. He'd been in
uh
for a minute.
my way reinvent the wheel. Ooh, let's see. I'm reading some of these comments. Sorry, some stock. Nothing like you guys have, but some. Well, that's good. Takes time, man. Takes time.
Hmm.
No
Let me
door
look here.
on the keypad. Is that for the new style, Rich? You talking? That is a bummer. I was looking at the Guardian keypads. They look really kind of cruddy. I like they look kind of cheesy, in my opinion.
Uh huh.
So I don't remember with the remotes too much, but I just thought
Uh,
Guardian at least still sells AC units, and I thought, oh, if I could have AC with mechanical limits, life might be good again.
yeah. You know what? I think I got those at. I don't think I got them at Service Spring.
I knew it. I knew it.
Hang on though. Hang
I
on
knew
though.
it. I
Hang
knew
on.
it.
I was pretty sure I did.
I
Because
don't.
I just seen the one. I just seen the one you were talking about. I've never
Yeah.
seen that before.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm used to. So that's what
So
my local.
I'm thinking Resource
Uh huh.
or Service Spring, or
Uh huh.
Resource or Denko.
Uh huh.
Where I
Yep.
got, because here's what you're talking about, right? This
Yeah. It stacks on top of it.
197
Uh huh.
LM. Do you
Uh
see
huh.
it right
Yep.
there?
Yeah. Yep. That's it. Yep. One side just slips on the T, and the other
Yeah,
just
it's
crammed
called
down in it.
Wire Channel T. Huh? I've never seen that before. I've always
Yeah.
seen the side. It flips on the side, and
Huh.
yeah,
I
it
don't know
works.
if that's. Yeah. I
It
mean,
works so so.
yeah. I don't think it get in the way or anything.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But you gotta put more on there.
Um, no, I mean, are yours the whole rail length, or
Pretty
are
much.
yours? Yeah,
Yeah. You put
that's
a
what I
couple
figured.
pieces on, 2 or 3 or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah, like that's like that over there. Two of those would, but
Yeah.
I like just putting slipping five of them on there, and
Yeah.
this goes right
I
down.
I think I think the smaller pieces would be better because, to be honest, that stuff from, like, Service Spring that you just showed, like, it does the Houdini. Like, it's like it's almost like you think it's clip mount seal or something, and it's like it just gets thrown in the corners. It gets like it could be up
Uh
here.
huh.
I could have some up here, and
Uh
I don't know. And
huh.
so but you know how it is, when you need it, it's like you need it.
Yeah, we
So,
loaded in and put it in these little trays. So where that long
yeah,
stuff, if I carried it in my van, I'd
yeah.
throw a ladder in there and it'd break it.
Break it, yeah, that's
You
the other
know,
thing, you kink it, it's just it's
I
just not
always
it's not
it's
very
flying
pleasant.
around.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea because but that's why I'm also been leaning towards the Genie a little bit too, because when you got that C channel, you're like invincible. You know what I mean? Like you can take the whole C channel, you can slam it up against the ceiling. Don't worry about it. It's all encapsulated. And then if you need
Mm,
to run something down it, go for it. They got little stickies. Now you do have to take some alcohol and clean it typically. Um, I thought about the one customer we just did. which I didn't do such a good job. That big fiberglass door.
Oh
I
yeah.
should have had. I needed like magnets. There was just dirt all over the place. So they weren't very clean. I was taking my electrical tape and wrapping it, and then I was cutting it, and I was watching the electrical tape kind of like peel off because it wasn't sticking very good.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I was like, I don't really like that. I said, like that could fall off and then get stuck. How would it get stuck in that one though? That was a screwdriver. I don't know. It just catch the door. It just a couple spots I had to go back and touch it up a little bit. And I said, man, I was telling Caleb, I said, we really need some. We had magnets, and I said like that, like where you could put a zip tie through it. So I did order some online that have some cavities. I can't remember. I don't know. You know how it is. It was like midnight, and I sent it to the wife to order it. So I
Yeah.
don't remember, but it's the best I could come up with at the time.
uh, uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I just knew
That's
I
the
knew I was
best
at.
time to buy shit, isn't it? Like at
That's the
midnight, and then you're
yeah.
like 3 weeks later, it's like, where the fuck did this come from?
Right.
Oh, that's right. I
Uh-huh,
ordered that.
uh-huh.
That's right.
So I just I know I got the best of what I could find at the time, so it should I
Yeah.
wasn't happy I wasn't happy, I was at the job, and I didn't have what I needed, so it's just, you know, she
You're
goes on
cracking me up.
she goes on a couple jobs with me, and so she's starting to understand, like, today my ratchet wasn't working, I was like, "This is
Uh-huh.
why I need some new ratchets, like, right now." It's like, "'Cause you see this little tight spot? Like, this ratchet's not working, and so this sucks."
Yeah.
Like,
This is this is
I don't give you crap when you're in the kitchen mixing something, and you need a new mixer, daddy needs a new ratchet.
this is my midnight find. Hang on a second.
What you got?
Amazon. I don't know if you've seen my video, but
I don't
this
think so. I
little
don't think.
this little
Oh yeah, I think
uh
I heard about it in one of the videos.
Ditko chain.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah, that's a
bitch.
nice. Dude, that thing's
Well,
nice.
it would be perfect if it worked for residential.
It gets stuck, doesn't it?
It's not it don't
Go.
this part
Yeah.
don't go far enough in. You have to mount
Yeah.
something here. I
Yeah.
was
We
pissed.
we
And
mine,
then this pin's too big.
I
The
ground the
pin.
hell out of mine. I
Wh-
ground the hell out of mine. So I made it
Oh,
I made it kind of work, but it sucked. I
oh
sat there with
yeah.
a file. We double teamed it. Me and Caleb, we filed and filed and filed on it, and it
Yeah.
kind of works. But
Fuck. Yeah.
it's nice to have that, and then it's also nice to have. I like those gripper ones. The
Okay.
ones that
Oh
grip
yeah,
on the side.
I've got two of those, and but have you seen the yellow ones in
I
my
don't think
video?
so. Not
You
the
ain't
yellow
seen me.
ones. Uh-uh.
God, you need to watch my video because those
I watched the
kick
video.
ass. Those are like this, but
Uh,
they're from Denko.
okay.
That's why I think these are called Ditko. I'm serious. It's
And they suck.
Ditko. Yeah, Ditko chain brake. Yeah,
Uh,
where Denko makes the real good one, and I've got a
they
couple
got
of those, but they're expensive.
they got it right. How much is expensive? Like 200-300 bucks or what? 80 bucks?
No, no, like 8 well, compared to this 7.99,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I think I paid 89, but I've seen them up to, like, 159, depending on where
Sure.
you order it from, you know?
Did I hear? Were you having problems with your chopper? I thought Rich was saying something with your
Chopper.
lopper for the
No,
angle iron.
I don't think so. I mean,
No.
it's probably, Jeff was well, ah, you know, people just don't listen to how you train them or nothing.
No.
Yeah, Rich, I think, watched that video because he had he had a scrap pile of perforated steel,
Mhm.
a nice little pile of every size you need. If
Yeah.
you needed one holer, which you would never, or you
Right.
needed he had every variety. And I had to crack. He was cutting, and it was too long, oh,
Right.
Jesus. But Rich B said he sent me the little cutter like you guys have, that bandsaw cutter.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
need one of these. Well, those are nice, and I mean, they are heavy to lug around, but
yeah.
man, you can
It yeah,
cut
that's
through the
that's
shit.
true. That's true. I mean, so far I've caught in torsion tube, which is pretty good. I mean, it's definitely night and day because I always had the bigger one, bandsaw, and that son of a
Yeah.
biscuit. I use that. I really got it for fence post, doing fencing,
Okay, yeah.
and it works really good. But when you're trying to do one hand stuff, it's a nightmare. So now that I got that 12-volt, that smaller version, oh,
Uh-huh.
man,
That's
it's just like
nice.
heaven. Yeah, it works nice, and I tried one of those cutters years ago, but I got it from Service Spring, and it made like 3 cuts, and it wasn't working. It was like junk, and I called Service Spring. They said that they were having some problems, and they were really good about it. So they refunded me the money. I think I sent it back, or maybe they just said scrap it or something. I don't remember, but,
Uh-huh.
they sent the money back, and then I kinda got gun shy, and I never tried, like, Denko or something, which I think those are the better ones probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then, like you said, they are the one I've seen, the guy that's kind of our niche go-to guy. That's his dad used to do it. Now he's a vendor type guy. He had
Uh-huh.
nips on a board. He pulled it out of his truck, and it had just two nips that you could replace the pieces of metal. It was like kind of like antique looking, and he would
Oh,
just nip
okay, yeah,
each
yeah, yeah.
side.
Yep.
And I was like,
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, and it looked backwards, and I was like, I told him, I was like, you want to get rid of that? He's like, I've had a lot of guys ask that. He goes, no. And I was like, man, that's really nice. And I like that because I thought, well, that would be something I could replace those carbide whatever teeth, or I could sharpen it. Um,
Uh-huh.
but I just never got down there. I was just so thankful from going back from the old days with that Sawzall, cutting my angle, and it just beat the crap out of
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. Yeah.
to having a bandsaw just
Yeah.
cut through. It's like, oh, it's heaven.
Yeah. Well, that's like for
So
that little cutter or that cutter, for me, you just snap, boom,
yeah,
and you can
yeah.
but yeah,
Well, they're
Jeff,
fast,
he
and then,
yeah.
like for me, man, Sawzall blades got ridiculously expensive. I'm not saying bandsaws are any cheaper, but that's nice too. If you know what I mean. The quickness. I mean, it's great, especially if you got a guy, on the ground and one up in a
Uh-huh.
scissor lift or something. Hey, make it this,
Yeah.
whop, whatever, and just chuck it up or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Better check out somebody's messages here. I said no on the no door on the keypad. What's it
I
got?
still
This is
like the way
14 by 14, 2-inch poly door today. This daughter's had was in flat to floor. Swap cables, balance door perfectly level. Ooh, with a laser. Dang. Our cable became what was that slacked with opener. Huh.
hmm.
But slightly stacked cable. Worries how y'all repairs on bad installs. Charge them a lot. That's what you do. All right, PT. What's your thoughts? Because Caleb was asking me this. Okay, I got a couple for you here.
Okay.
One, are springs different from standard lift to low headroom? Are the springs going to be different? Same exact door. Just to say, oops, I had an oopsie. I need to put low headroom on a door. Would the springs be different? Or are they going to be basically the same?
Same.
Same. Okay.
Same.
Fair enough. I think they're pretty darn close. If they are, they're just a smudge
I
of something
mean,
off. I
yeah,
don't know
there
what.
I mean, a technical guy might tell you, yeah, they need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be,
yeah.
but
Yep,
yeah, because
yep.
I've put up different radiuses and
Sure,
stuff.
sure. I
I've
agree.
done
I
that.
agree.
I've
I
done
agree.
that,
Okay, now
and I
here's the
never
other
changed
one
springs.
that I've never felt like I'm a super duper expert at it, but I think I kind of have a theory. But so he did a couple 8x7 doors, realized, and that's why I explained to him that, your details are so important. So he realized he needed low headroom. So he got the low headroom. Now the problem he's having is the cables are he just the cable came off on the customer today, so he had to go back. And I told him, I said, I'm telling you, man, I said, far as I know, and I asked him, I said, "Are they independent?" I said, "Because like the ones here at the shop are independent brackets on the walls." And I said, and he knows, level the door, he's measured the track, but he still can't figure out why the cable. And I said, "Is the building?" I said, my thing was, I said, is the building twisted? He says, "Oh," he says, "it's been hit a few times, and and I said, maybe the wall being twisted is causing, because he's like, I'm getting slack in the cable on the one side. And I said,
Mm.
bottom
Say
bracket.
that. Wait,
I
wait, wait,
said,
wait, wait. Back up. What
yeah,
did you just
yeah.
say? Say that again about
He's getting
the one
slack in the
side.
cable. He's getting slack in the cable on the one side.
Okay,
Uh,
there's your problem right there. So when he has the door down, there's slack or up.
it's up. It's up.
Up. Okay.
Up.
So you know what that is? His door's not level in the opening.
Mm,
So what he does, all he has to do, Dave, all he has to do is put the door down,
yep.
and then the side that is loose,
Hmm.
loosen all those. Now, this is what I would do. Let
Sure.
him know you got to be freaking careful.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you got to hold it in place. But I'd take all the lags out of the one side and lift it up till my cable's nice and taut. And then,
Um,
yep. Yeah. You can look at it.
okay.
If you're loose on one side or the other, you're not sitting in the opening right.
That's what
You're
I.
not sitting in the
Yeah.
opening right.
That's
He's not level.
right. Right.
He might be level. He might think he's level to the building. He has to be level,
Yeah.
not to the
Right.
building. You're
Right.
not.
Right.
Don't let him screw. Don't let it screw with
Yeah.
you. The building. But
Right.
that's the
Right.
way to fix it. Is I put it to the floor
Yeah.
and or yeah, I put it to the floor and I just lift it up. Because you can tell when you're
Yeah.
up there. You know what side, and it's okay. It needs to go up
Yep.
about a half inch, and then I'll just tack it and pull it down,
Yep.
check it.
Right. Mm.
That it's an easy fix, super easy. If you're throwing a
Yeah.
cable, if you're throwing a
Yeah.
cable, you're not square. You're not
Well,
you're not
I
level.
agree. You know how it is when you're a young kid, though. It's you get, you get frustrated.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it seems.
those drums always should be in the same spot, side to side. The
You mean
hookup. I
level?
call it the hookup. I
Oh, like how they're
well,
spun.
I call the hookup.
Okay.
Yeah, the where the cable goes in.
Yeah. So if it's at 6 o'clock, it needs to be at 6 o'clock on the other side, or something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
he's not if he's throwing a cable.
Yeah, he kind of
I
threw me because he originally, when he installed this, um,
If he if
he
he
was.
is if they are 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, the
Yeah.
one side's loose, and that's where he needs to lift up and make it tight.
Right. Right.
That's all he has to do. It's super simple. It's an easy fix.
Yeah.
But it'll
I'm just
burn you when that door's not in that opening.
right.
I've been
Right.
there. I've been there. It took me years to figure that one out.
Oh, I know, that's a tough one. That's taken me. I just, that's what. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any. I almost sent him with a laser and was gonna say, just, hey man, if you got to put it on a ladder, tripod it and get it shooting right on those bottom horizontals, or I'm sorry, the verticals, and just start checking something. Something's not right. Um, and I told him, I said, hey, I said, make sure. I said, your bottom brackets are. He's like, yeah, they're the same. Like that's a no brainer.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
because I've caught him a few times, with stuff, and I'm like, hey, like you can't do that. Like that would be a problem. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure I verified that. I actually sent him. Um, he had a rough day. He had
Oh,
he came into work today and his truck broke down. So then he had to get
oh.
a backup vehicle, and then this customer called and he says, well, she said it's not an urgent, but he said I feel bad, so I'm gonna go take care of her, and which is good. But I sent him with cable savers. I said, I don't like
Yeah.
these. I said, but this will at least buy you some time. I said,
Yeah.
until whatever, because
Yeah.
of course now he's got a vehicle that doesn't really have the right tools or his normal setup. So I just
Yeah.
said,
That sucks. That
yeah,
sucks.
but he got
That's
really
what
kind of
I
kicked in the nuts on this one.
yeah,
You know,
you're I I showed Jeff how to fix it, it's an easy fix. If you're throwing cables, that's what it is. You're not
yeah.
in the hole right.
Well, that's why I think a lot of times your preparation is really that's if you can just catch it while you're building it, it's so much
Mhm.
better than
And
you know.
on this low headroom thing where it kicked him in the butt where he had to get low headroom
Yeah,
track,
yeah,
could you have do you guys carry cable
yeah, yeah. I mean, we
and
do. Yeah.
pulleys and stuff like that?
Yep. Yep.
You could always done a rear mount. You can always do a rear mount.
I I don't think he had. It wasn't. I think it was open rafters, and I think the problem was the top of the panel was either binding into the opener. You know what I mean? That was his problem. You know what I mean? He couldn't get that top panel to kick fast enough. I think he had room in the front, if I remember right with the pictures. It was just so then he, you know, I mean, luckily the customer paid him some extra money, but now
Yeah.
of course he's, now he's like, "Oh, I gotta go back." And I said, "Oh, I said you gotta go back."
Yeah. That
I deal with
sucks.
20 of those a day. I said, I said, and you're dealing with one. I said, so
Yeah.
I said, you wonder why I look at you cross-eyed sometimes when you're telling me stuff. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you got a
Guess
problem? You want to hear mine?
guess what I gotta go do tomorrow?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What you got?
I went to a flipper's house, or yeah, he's a flipper, so you don't want to
Yeah.
spend any money. Because I
No.
tried to say, hey, let's do a conversion up here. And he looked at me, he said, do you think I care? I'm not gonna live here. I gotta do an easy set. I gotta change a spring on an easy set. I
Oh
freaking
boy.
hate those. I hate them.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
hate them.
oh. I should have told you, that's what he installed as well, was an easy set. So you can imagine the
Oh.
frustration. So it's compounding. We basically agreed that he said next time he goes, I'm just going to get a door from you. And I said, yeah. I said, let's
Yeah.
just do that. But I also
Yeah.
told him, I said, this is a great learning opportunity. I said, this is why I told him, I said, dude, I said, when I was young, I measure everything. I said, I measure the light bulb. I'll rate on my thing, Florida light bulb, measure the rafters. I
I
said,
know. I still get burnt. I still get burnt. As the day you came down. The day you came down, I got
yeah,
burnt. I
I
still
hear
get
you.
burnt.
I
I
mean, I'm
still
already
get
looking at
burnt.
this order, and I'm like gonna order some 12-inch. We'll order some 15
Well,
inch,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I just
it's
do this now. I just do this now. I got shit over on the rack. I can
oh
come
yeah,
back to the
yep, yep,
shop.
yep,
I don't
yep,
care. If I got
hmm
15, well, I don't
yep.
order 15 no more. Since that day, I will not order. I have some 15 radius up there, but I will not order 15 again. It's a smoother transition, but you know what?
yeah, yeah.
I don't fucking live there. I don't
I know,
care.
right?
I don't
It's not
care.
it's not worth
I'm
the
not
headache.
getting burnt by it. And you know what? A 12-inch radius. I really like how
Flag, the flag
bearing the
bracket,
bearing
bearing,
plate. Yeah, I
yeah,
love that
yeah,
because
yeah.
it
It gets
is
you out of
solid. It's
Yeah, it gets
solid.
you out of so many pinches. If there's drywall or there's no wood there, you're gonna blow the
Yeah,
wood. Nope,
I
just
love that. I
slap it
love
there,
that.
put a
So
bolt in, and yeah, I'm with you. I'm
yeah,
with you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd rather fight with 12-inch and have to put a little scab on or something for a back hang than
Mm-hmm.
what do you do
Yeah,
with 15? You're done.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
you're just I mean,
yeah.
I
No
just like
more.
having it because once in a while we have a customer that'll be, just to match it up, just to make it simplistic,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
simplicity of it. But I'm
Mhm.
with you, and I forget who we just did. Gosh, I've been all over the place. I feel like I can't get nothing to line up lately. It's like either I do the rich B doors and it's like the track is either too long. Maybe it was
Mhm.
Pope the last one we did. I can't remember. Then it's like if you do Wayne Dalton, it's like the track is too short. It's like, goodness gracious, like, why can these never line up? Like, I just, I have these perfect backhangs, and I'm like, they're drywall or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not screwing with those. I'm tipping them, like,
That's when
so
I
it's
tell
just,
Jeff, I say, "Hey, Jeff, you need to drill a hole up there." I hate I hate drilling through the track.
oh
Hate that.
man.
I've done that a lot. I don't
Oh,
like
it's
doing that anymore.
it does. It sucks. You know what I mean? And then the last one I just did, it was like the drill bit keeps spinning on me. It's getting stuck in there, and I'm just like, oh. And then I've lost my clip. I like to wear my tool belt with the clip in the back to hold my impact, and
Yeah.
it's gone. So now I'm like, I'm
Uh,
shoving it between my legs, pinching it. I've been looking at
yeah.
maybe a vest, but I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I have a pouch problem or if it's actually I just don't have enough room problem because I just can't decide yet. But I got two things I know. One, I'm missing my clip, and then one I would like to have my cell phone up higher because when I got my belt on,
Mm,
it's buried on my waist. I
mhm.
can't get to my cell phone when I need to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been looking around a little bit, but yeah, I'm with you. The drilling's not fun.
Yeah. Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
Let me check some of these here. I'm sure I got behind. Yes, replace the keypad. And they
Oh, there
said,
I can see it. It's running. It's just
is it? Will pass because the new style doesn't have a cover. Oh, chain brake.
it's
What's he got here? For the residential chain brake, I have one for bicycle. Oh, bicycle chain. That might work.
yeah, that would do residential, yeah.
Yeah.
My first one I bought
Resi.
at John Deere.
Oh, yeah.
My very first one, that's the crimp, you squeeze it and it crimps over
Yep.
it. But those are if you get one that's from Denko, those things
Yeah.
kick butt. They're a lot like this
Yeah.
concept. It's
Morgan
pretty
was saying
nice.
something about take with residential, just take like two vice grips or and tear it apart. I've
Yeah,
also
but
ground them. You could take a
that's
grinder.
that
You ever do the
yeah,
grinder? Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
But I mean, it's
I'm
like you,
yep, yep.
yeah,
I'm all
like you're
about
gonna,
having the right tools for the
I
job.
know. I know. I don't like losing my
I
finger,
and
so I'm always
you
scared.
know, I'm like this. I'm old enough now. I've learned in my 58 years to
Mhm.
stay in my lane. I had a customer tell me that the other day. I said, "Dude, that makes so much fucking sense." I
It
was that
does.
guy that always in the wrong fucking lane
That's
all the
good. That's
time.
good.
Yeah, so
I like that. I like
but
that.
I am. I love having the right tools for the job.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do.
Absolutely.
I do. And
Have you got yourself a knee pad yet? PT? Mm,
a
mm.
what
Get a
pad?
knee you
A
get a knee
what?
pad yet? Have you got a knee pad? Mm.
A knee pad?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
for doing photo eyes?
Hang on. See if
Uh-oh.
it's
Here we
yep.
go.
When
I'll read
I
some more of
was
these.
in Florida, I went to a flea market and I bought a shit ton of these.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's a
Yeah.
nice size. I like
Oh
that.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
I like that. Heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
those are
my knee
nice, man.
pad. But nah, I'm pretty tough. I can crawl as you and Rich B know. You see me crawl around on my knees doing the
Oh, yeah.
photocells and
Yeah.
doing
But
putting operators together.
you know what I've noticed is like there was a lot of things that irritated me. You know what I mean? In the business, I'd be down crouched and it's like I'm sweating and you
Uh-huh.
you realize like as you get older, when you have the right tool or you're comfortable. I think I kind of learned it with welding. You know what I mean? Like I found out if you're trying to weld and you're very uncomfortable,
Mhm.
you'll do a crap job.
Yeah.
Like you're just like,
Oh,
God,
you will.
get this. Oh, I got stuff in my ear. But if you do all the
Uh,
preparation right, which only takes a few more minutes or seconds, depending on what you're doing, it's so much more enjoyable. So to be down, and
yeah.
somebody's having a conversation behind me and I'm on my knees, I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, what's going
Yeah.
on? Oh, I'm over here wire stripping. I got gel connectors. I'm living the dream, baby. We're good, you know. But
Yeah.
if you are sitting there, like my boots, my one side boot would always wear out more because I was always leaning on that one.
Uh-huh.
But I realized, my foot would start hurting, and it's like, God,
Yeah.
just irritated, like you're just, you stand up and then it's like, as soon as you stand up, somebody's got to ask you some maybe stupid question or something. And you're just like, you're like, it's over there, you know,
Yeah.
like, because
When
you're irritated.
when I used to train kids, to do the doors, and they'd sit on their ass when they were doing the photo
Yeah.
cells, it drove me freaking nuts. I hated it. I hate it because you're sitting on your butt.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit there twice as long, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Or the
you
worst
know,
part is that if they, now their butt gets all dirty and then they're gonna get in your service
yeah,
vehicle or your nicer
yeah,
vehicle, whatever you have. And I've
yeah,
had that many times where I've had guys, I mean, I don't know what Caleb, I think we were somewhere, a chemical plant or something, and of course he leaned up and I said, you get a piece of cardboard. I said, he's sitting in my
yeah.
truck. I said, like that or whatever I had.
You know what I do a lot of times is I'll take the ladder, my 4-foot ladder, and set it down, and I set on
Oh.
it.
Oh, it's not a
The
bad idea.
A-frame, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and
Yeah,
be
it's not
talking to the customer. Well, now that I'm older, I'll
yeah,
sit on
yeah.
that and do the photo cells. But yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about being comfortable. Yeah, doing a
Yeah.
good
That's not a bad
job.
idea. Yep.
Yeah,
That's it.
leave
That's
the
it. Just
A-frame open and sit on the edge of it when you set it down on the floor. Works
I'm still
good.
surprised. I still get shocked all the time, you know, from looking back. I used to really whip through doors, you know what I mean? And now I look at it and I go, everything takes so much longer, but I feel like it's because I want to do it right. You know what I mean? Like today I
Mhm.
had the option
Well,
of just doing the bottom seal and leaving it. And I was like, nah, I was like, this door really needs hinges. It needs rollers. I know there's going to be something here that I'm unforeseen. You know what I mean? Like, and of course it was because they put them all the number one slots, even though they had the numbers and they had them upside down. And of course, as soon as I adjust them, now the track's all got to be readjusted. So I had it, but something that I thought, oh yeah, it's take me 20, 30 minutes. Now probably turn into an
mhm,
hour and a half. But
yeah,
I couldn't leave it that way. I just said something. I mean, the door was just horrible all the way through. I just said something's wrong. Like it's just miserable. And I can't believe this. I couldn't believe the LiftMaster. I had a sweet, nice LiftMaster sitting there, and I was just like, I can't believe this thing's not freaking out, saying it's too much force. So it was working its
yeah.
hiney off for a belt drive.
Well, I think it's you know that this gray here in your beard?
Yeah, yeah, you got a little
I
more, I
think
think, than
that's what it
me.
is. You're getting older now. You care a lot more about what you're doing, where before it was just go, go, go.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what it
I
is.
don't know.
That's why,
But I
you
do. I
know.
mean, I get Jeff asked my daughter, he says, how do you deal with your dad? And she's like, what do you mean? He goes, well, he's so hot and cold. So hot and cold. And she told
Yeah.
me that. And I'm like, oh shit, I better cool down. Well, it's just I've had him with me a year,
Yeah.
and I was only given 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was trained
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, and then they let me go by myself.
Right. Right.
And I had a phone call. I had no internet. It was a
Yeah.
phone call. And it was like, hey, how
Mhm.
do I do this? And then they explained it to me, and then I had to figure it out. You
Oh,
know,
yeah. Yeah.
Well, now, I
Yeah.
got Jeff that I've carried around for the last year and showed him everything. And,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I am a little hot and cold.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I think this is,
but
it's a good example too, I think, for the guys that wanna get in this business, and something that did take me a while to understand is that there is a time and place to be hot, and then there is a time and place to be you gotta be chill, you gotta cool down, you gotta be, you know what I mean? Especially depending on what the customer is, or what you're
oh,
doing.
yeah,
There's
no,
times you can like
nothing around the
right,
customer. But yeah,
right. We
more
we
with
we
the
had a guy
employee.
Well, we had a guy Friday. The guy was leaving to the bank, supposedly getting the money, but then I heard his wife saying something about he had something had to get blood drawn. So I didn't know if he was going to the bank or doing both. And he's a nice guy and everything, but I just knew this guy was going to sit here and hawk us, and he'd want to talk. And so I mean, I was
Mm,
just, man, I got on it, man. It was like I put the belt on. it was just slinging, and I was watching Caleb with my back eye, and I was like, hey man, next do this, work on the back hangs, just
Yeah.
constantly keeping moving. And then as soon as we got done, I almost got kind of nervous. I was like, man, is this guy gonna flake on us or what? And I didn't think they're that type of people, but he just showed up and I was like, "Phew." I explained to Caleb, I said,
Yeah.
dude, I said, this is why I busted hard. I said, because you've seen, and of course, as we're talking and stuff, he got a phone call even, and he starts leaning on the door, his old door in the back of the
Uh,
van. I'm like in the van with the van running, and I'm like watching him in the mirror, like,
uh.
dude, this guy's got to get off that door. I don't want to hurt him, And so he finally turns around, and I'm like, man, I'm just glad we got this all, like it's just one of those things. Like, I don't know if you're the same way, but it's like I can't do my normal stuff when the customers, like when I want to swing or hit a hammer, it looks aggressive. It's probably to them where it just I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm swinging at, I know, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you're just getting the job done. So
I
I try to, you know,
when people want to watch me, I tell them, "Hey, you're more than welcome to watch. You're more than welcome to ask questions." I said, "But when you start telling me what to do, I'm either going to walk away or you're going to go in the house."
right. Hey man, I
I'll let
love that. I
anybody
love
sit
that
there.
video. I love that video you did with that one guy. How'd that turn out? You just made the door hot or something for him with the Bronx Springs. Man,
Oh,
you
yeah,
had
that
great
guy.
patience. You had great patience with
Yeah,
that guy, man. That guy
yeah,
really did
yeah.
a
He
number on that
didn't.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, that's a
yeah.
nightmare situation to be in. I mean,
I run
I mean,
the
he's trying to save
Amazon Springs.
money.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep. They do it to me all the time. Do it to me all the
dang,
time,
dang,
all
man.
the time. I run
That's
into
a tough
that a
one.
lot,
That's a
and I
tough one.
just, write it on the bottom of the ticket. Hey,
Yeah, right,
no
right.
warranty, no nothing,
Yep,
no
yep,
as
yep.
is. They're
I get it.
springs.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It's this those are sometimes the situations. I think it's a great, it's a good learning opportunity, you know?
Yeah, when I made that video, I bet I had 2 other ones that same week, but the
Oh,
other 2 people bought the new springs and
gotcha.
just lost took the loss on the other ones.
Right, right,
That
right.
guy, he wasn't. Nope, he wasn't, but all
No.
the work I did to show him, and he didn't
Yeah,
budge. He didn't give
yeah.
a shit. He didn't care. I
No.
spent 140 bucks. I wanna use this $140. I'm not spending any more,
What
you
about
know?
what about are those springs are they the any size that you carry? Would it be worth to say, "Hey, I'll knock off," I mean, you know how it is. You kinda manipulate the number over here, but, "Hey, I'll
I
take
mean,
off," you know?
you can look at those springs and you can tell they're not service
Huh.
springs.
It's weird because when I talked about those before, I had a guy that said if you're looking on Amazon, there is some abbreviations, and supposedly those are service springs. He was saying that's what he was saying. I haven't
I don't know about that.
researched that enough, but you know, I don't know. I,
I can ask the guys. I'll
yeah,
ask them, "Hey, do you guys sell a service
ask
spring?"
him. But you got to
Because
imagine,
they
had
don't
you,
look nothing like it.
yeah, that's
They're
true. But maybe
the
they're
paint color, the paint on it,
uh,
and
yeah,
the cast of the cones are different.
yeah, yeah.
You can just
Yeah,
tell.
if they're not labeled in your, certain way or anything, maybe that's a bigger pain. You know what I
And
mean?
everything everybody gets, it seems like they get the same damn size, and they're like a 40 something IPPT.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get, yeah. Who wants to have
I
a
mean,
collection of?
his springs were way stronger than what they
Oh
way
gosh,
stronger.
whenever
It
you
was
called
like
it out, it's like,
12.
oh hell no. It's
Yeah.
like hell no.
I was like, he he didn't give a flying F. He did not care at
No,
all. Oh my.
no.
Oh my. But, talking of springs, do you use the Service Spring app?
For the springs, I do. We try to.
That isn't do you ever do the up
Upcycle?
up cycle?
Yeah. Yeah, we try. We
That
pretty
you
much
know
do
what?
anything
That
on.
that is so that to have that is so
Oh, man.
nice.
That's a game changer for everybody
Right
because
there at your I know.
see,
That's
maybe you can answer this because I have struggled. I was mentioning it to Caleb today. I said years ago, I had a door, and I forget if it was a wood door or what it was, but I found a spring. It was one of those customer wanted it right away type of thing. Well, I made
mhm,
the
mhm.
spring. I'm pretty sure I got the IPPT correct. I got the 10,000 cycles or something like that. But the turns, and if you look at the book, and normally I think it goes like, was it do IPPT? It does cycles, and then like turns. Those are highlighted. Like those are your most important.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't paying attention to turns. I was just, IPPT, it's 10,000 cycles. Okay, it's on a 7 foot door. Let's say it's going to need 12 turns. That's fine. Well, I don't think that's fine. You know what I mean? You gotta watch those turns a little bit because I put it on there and it was a huge spring. It was really long. I was like, well, it's got to be long because it's so
Yeah.
powerful. It needs to be, and I put it on and I could never get that door to balance out. And I was like, what the hell did I do wrong? So I think you have to watch those turns if I'm correct with that.
Yeah, well, if you look, at least on the book I have, you get to the IPPT, and then with the turns, it'll say like 10M, and then et cetera, et cetera. They die off after so
Right.
many. That's where it says it. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if you had, it could be yay long, but you killed it at 5
Didn't.
turns or what, I don't know, you know?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm
So I
saying?
never. Oh yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I was talking to Cap about it the one day, and it was something about he's like, well, the turns. He just kind of highlighted the turns weren't close enough, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I bet that's where I messed up before, because I never had one really like. Anytime I just get something that's close now, I don't. I don't. I mean, I was doing from like a let's say like a 218 to a 293 wire on like a 7 foot door or something, whatever it was. You know what I mean? So it
Mhm.
grew, and then it was like I could never. I was like, "What? Why is this like?" I was like, "The IPPT is the same." I was like, "My cycle." I was like, something was just. And I was like, I never understood what happened there. Where I was like, "Man, where did I screw up on this?" Like, I screwed something up. I
Mhm.
upcycled it, but I had to stretch that
Well,
spring out a long ways, and it was like that spring being 4 foot. It didn't like that or something.
yeah, I told you I had 2 weeks of training when I first started garage doors, and I didn't understand the spring calculation, none of that at all
Yeah.
whatsoever. Um, I remember times that I would take the number when I'd figure out the total IPPT on each spring.
Hmm.
How would I do that? I can't remember. I don't even wanna say it because I can't remember, but I know it wasn't right the way I was figuring it, but it worked out.
Yeah.
It always worked out.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
serious. I mean, I went to Texas and came back 8 years or so, and my springs were starting
Hmm.
to break because people were calling me.
Oh.
So I
Oh.
did
Oh.
right. I did
Right.
right,
But you were.
because they lived their life, but they weren't I
Oh.
wasn't
Okay.
figuring it right. I don't know,
Right.
because they
Right.
taught me that, like, if it was a 250 wire, and let's just say it was how did they say it? 250 by, say it was 35 in length. Then if you went
Right.
to make it the same IPPT, that 250 35, you could go to a 262, 6 inches longer,
Right.
is
Right.
how they taught
Right.
me. Is that right? I have no
Uh,
freaking idea.
oh.
But
Yeah.
that's
I don't
how
think
I
so.
went off of it. That's how I went off of
Yeah.
it, and it worked.
Hmm. Yeah.
It
My
worked.
rule of thumb a little
Not
bit is
every
if you got
time,
inch
but
and
it
three
worked.
quarter, if it's inch and three
Yep.
quarter on residential, I always
Yep.
know the 2 inch is going to be a little shorter. because I always think it needs more power. You know what I mean? It's a wider spring. So
Okay,
that's my little
yep,
cheat.
yep,
And then I told Caleb, I said, what my cheat code always
yeah,
was, is I always told him about 4 inches. I know that's kind of extreme. I told him, I said, that's the max. I said, I don't, if the spring's, same everything, but it's 4 inches, I said, I will roll with it if it's got an opener sometimes, depending on how it feels. But I told him, I said, the only thing I didn't think about, I said, what if you have two springs? He goes, oh, he goes, so you mean like you could only take 2 inches? And I said, right. I said, so probably you got to go in the 4 inch. I said, I'm talking about one spring. I said, if it's 4 inches, that's it. I said, I'm not, if it's any shorter, or nope, we're not doing it. I won't do it. But I said, I always kind of use the 4 inch. I said, but on two springs, I don't know about that one. So he said, well, maybe two on one and two on the other. And I said, probably. I said, just depends on the situation. I said, if they're going to run it by hand, oh no. I said, it's got to be perfect, and so that's kind of my cheat code is what I use in my head. But luckily, we got such a variety of springs, we typically don't run into that anymore.
yeah. No, I carry enough that I mean, it's there for a little bit. There was the two. I had to start carrying 273 wire.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
some
yep,
there's some doors out there. They are some monsters. They're
yeah, yep. Yep, we
and
got
yeah,
273. That's kind of like I said, you just get that weird oddball that you get it enough, and you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna have this, so we don't run
yeah,
into
I
this.
did. Yeah, that's yeah, because I was running into it quite a bit, and I'm trying to fudge in other stuff, and it just don't work.
So what do you got in your tubes on your van?
Um, well, Jeff actually has two tubes on his van, and one's like a maybe
Uh,
like is it a 4 inch, a four and a
I got
six and eight?
four,
What are
6, and
they?
8.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
I
you could
had a
do.
smaller
I
one on
used
the
to
white
started.
truck.
Okay.
He carries
Yeah.
he carries on the smaller one, he carries all his white perimeter seal
Oh,
in
okay.
the small
Okay.
one. And
Yep.
then on the bigger one, he carries he'll on the bottom side he'll carry a couple struts and a shaft. And then on the top side, he'll put the universal 2 inch seal. We carry the 2 inch, inch and 3/8, and then I carry this
Hmm.
wraparound one that'll wrap around
Right.
fit anything. Um, but we carry those
You
on the
ever?
truck just so we have it.
That's a good idea. You ever use a snort stopper? You ever try that product?
I did a video on it one time, but no,
Do you like it or
I've never used it, but I thought it's pretty
no?
badass. I think it's
Think so?
I think it's pretty cool for, somebody that really needs it. Is it expensive? Hell yeah. Will I ever? Probably
Yeah.
not. I don't think it's the
I haven't.
prettiest application,
No,
you know.
no, I don't think so. No, we have a customer that we have a concrete issue, and I've had it
Uh-huh.
for almost probably a year, almost 2 years, and
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about trying. I just read the instructions,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
yeah, I think it'll fix their problem. So we'll see. But
Mhm. Mhm.
then do you remember which weather seal, bottom seal? There's two different kind of tees, right? There's one that's just a hair thinner, and there's one that's a little wider.
Mhm.
Whose is
Mhm.
who? Do you know that? Or does anybody in the comments know which
Mm.
one's a little, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I ran into
So I
that.
don't,
No. I've never been able to figure that out, but um
I mean, we
yeah,
get it, and I
there's
don't know
one
where we
that's
get it
just
from.
you know how I fix that problem?
How's that?
See, when I worked for other people, we had that problem where we had two different rolls of seal
Yeah.
because of that. You know how I fixed the problem? I
How's
bought
that?
that universal. I bought the universal.
Uh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I get there and it's like, "Oh, you need new seal?" And I'm like, "Oh." I put that
So
universal on there,
that
boom, away it goes.
that one that cups, you got to put screws underneath, right, on the for the face. and then the backside you put screws. I'm assuming on the, I
Yep.
mean, you're putting screws underneath, and on
Exactly
the
how I do
backside you're
it.
putting them on the face.
Uh-huh.
What kind of
I
screws do you use?
I do well, like if I'm doing one of those Wayne Dalton 7/8 inch thick that they haven't made for
Oh,
years, you know what I'm talking about, the really
yeah,
thin ones.
yeah, yeah.
I
9,000
use
series,
this.
basically.
I use these. Oh, making me get up. Hang on a second. They're uh they're a zip screw. Um I used to hang gutter. I used to run gutter,
Oh,
and
oh,
these are
oh, yeah.
zip screw.
Nice. And they're black,
Yeah, we
huh?
use yep, black.
Nice.
And I also use
Where you
those too for my top seal. When I do top
Oh,
seal on the doors, I
right, like,
use same
for
thing.
commercial?
Yep. Well, I'll do it on
For
residential. I got
Oh,
people around here that'll sit in their garage in the winter, and they got
oh,
couches and
yeah,
TVs. It's their game
yeah,
room or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Right, right.
I put it on. We try to seal them up is good.
Where you getting those fasteners from?
I bought these at there's a place here in town. It's called Javits where I used to buy my gutter coil.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
That's nice. No, that's good. It's good to see some different options
But
for
they're called a zip screw.
Okay.
We used to put our downspouts together with them. The
Yeah, yeah,
elbows
that
and the
makes sense.
downs.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
they're
Uh,
really nice, really
is that
nice.
long enough, though, to get under on the underside
Well, when
for
you're
the most
working
time?
with that 7/8,
Uh,
you don't want anything too long.
yeah,
And there's a lot
yeah,
of those left around here. Those 7/8, those thin ass
yeah,
pieces of junk.
yeah, yeah, the paperback doors. That's what the one guy
Mhm.
always called them.
Yeah. Heck yeah, you could blow them. You could blow them and they'll bend.
Oh, man.
I have some in my container. I
Do
save
you?
them when I oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
sell those things like hotcakes. Those are good.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, we just had a guy that ran into his, so
Yeah.
we had to fix it. I think we did a little video
Zip
on it,
screw.
so it'll probably come out. Zip screws.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what they
see.
are.
We've been so rude and been ignoring you guys here,
I
but you
know
guys
that.
been
I
doing so good.
feel like
They're keeping them. They're going, man. They're going.
yeah, I know.
Dive
I
by
know.
body in the morning,
We got 4
grasshopper,
people
gas.
watching and 5 likes. You gotta like that. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Burke says advertising older. I don't use a knee pad. I sit on a bucket. Nice. I got a bucket over here too.
Mhm.
Sometimes some reason the bucket don't always make it in the van though. I finally did get a. I still
Yeah.
gotta get that chlorine bucket. Gotta get that chlorine bucket.
Here's
Uh,
here's my special bucket.
dang, that's
My
nice.
service
Yeah.
spring. I won this.
Oh yeah. Ooh, nice. Very
Buying all the
nice.
doors.
Yeah, but see, when you get old, you got to get one that's got wheels on it, like mine.
I wish it had like a cushion that I could sit on it.
Oh,
or
right.
a ring with a hole in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, exactly. Uh, on Google, Facebook, radio something. Never try commercial business. So, are you guys pretty busy this week? PT.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got 2 more doors to put in yet, and
Yeah.
I got commercial work tomorrow. We're doing a couple openers tomorrow. Um, I got to hook up to the scissor lift, and we're going over into
Uh.
Ohio. We're gonna take an
Oh.
adventure.
Oh
No,
boy.
actually, it's
Oh
only
boy.
like 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes away. Customer over
Oh,
there. He's
gotcha.
got a door that's cockeyed. Either I think probably a
Oh,
drum slipped or something.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
so I don't know. It's got a jack shaft uh, or not a jack shaft, but a commercial operator on it. Yeah, jack shaft, not a
Right.
drawbar. Me and Paige put those up, so I don't know. I gotta go see what's wrong
Oh,
with that. And yeah, we're I gotta go over to the Take 5 oil change. We got so much stuff
oh,
that I just can't get to it, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, we have the
It's
same
just
problem right now. So I don't know
it's like
I don't know what's going on.
I would love to hire somebody else, but
Yeah.
it takes so damn long to get somebody trained that,
Yeah, we gotta
are we
train.
gonna be
We
like
might have to get
this? Are we gonna be like this later? I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Right, right. I know. I know it is kinda weird to think how it's gonna play out. I feel like, I do have a little bit of like a 10% in my gut that there's a storm brewing, because I was watching something today and they said, this is basically what happened in 2007, like, especially I think with the was the bond market and stuff like that. And,
Oh, yeah.
I was just telling the wife we're trying today. I said, "Have you been noticing?" I said, "I've been watching a lot more houses. They're sitting a lot longer." And she goes, "Oh yeah, for sure." And
Yeah.
I said, I said I always get that little excitement. Oh, there's a house for sale. Oh, that house has been for sale. That's probably been there for a month and a half now. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the same one. Drive past another one. Oh, another house. Oh no, that one's just sitting there. Oh, okay. And I've been seeing a lot of price cuts. And they've been pretty good deals. Normally it was only about 5 grand I used to see a while back, and now I'm seeing 10, 20, 1,000 off. And I'm like, oh, like, wow, my stuff's getting trying to be a little more realistic here, I guess.
Well,
So I don't know.
and I went over and paid my plumber today. He put a toilet in for me today, and I stopped by
Oh
his
yeah.
house, and he says, "I'm moving." I said, "You are?" He said, "Yep."
Oh no.
And he said, "I'm moving 10 miles north." I said, "Really?"
Hmm.
I said, "Have you sold your place?" He said, "Oh yeah, we sold it in like 2 hours."
Whoa. Wow.
I'm like,
That's
"Damn,
crazy.
what?" So around here, shit's
Hmm.
still the guy that
Still
I'm
hot.
doing that easy set, he's flipping a home. And I walked through the
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
he redone all the floors, put all nice floors in, so he's
Oh yeah.
spending money.
Yeah.
So he must
Oh yeah.
be flipping must be good around here. It must be.
Yeah.
When
Well,
I used to
every time I've
flip,
been
it
down
wasn't
to
good.
Yeah, every time I've been down to Indiana, it's always a little more wealth than up in Michigan, it feels like. That's for sure. You know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna play out. I really thought maybe the gas prices would start kind of hitting, but it's not really, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of skewed right now, for us because we got three government jobs kind of going, and they're just, we
Mhm.
lost a bunch of manpower onto that. So now it's like,
Mm.
trying to, you know, pee in the wind here, it feels
Mhm.
like, So it's just kind of,
Mm.
but I don't think I see a lot of residential. I mean, we a lot of stock doors have gone. Um, but I don't know. I just hope it's like one of those things. I don't know what I'd be missing, honestly, but it's like sometimes I just hope you're not like it's like myself anyways, like I don't got my head, buried in something so bad and you're like not realizing that the house is on fire, you know,
Yeah.
or you like
Well,
turn around and it's like, oh, it's all gone.
it's like for us on door cells, that was we had got a warm spell here and people went
Yeah.
outside, and it happens every year. It's like soon as that
Yeah, yeah.
weather breaks, boom,
Right.
you know, I'll sell, maybe 5. Well, this year it was maybe 10 or 15, you know.
Right. Right.
And now
Yeah.
we're just kinda just now it's just back to now we're putting the doors in. Service is
Right.
still coming in, so,
Yeah.
I mean, we're just steady, we're
Yeah.
just pumping right along, but
Yeah. It's
the cells have kinda
I don't know.
cooled off.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't. I don't. I don't know. I don't really know what the secretary's got behind the scenes so much, but I don't know either. I know I'm not real happy with Clope right now. Their weather seal's been really sucking
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went installed a green one. You know how that is. It's a green. You got to have green, and it's like you could tell the mold was wrong. Like it was like had a flat spot
Mm.
almost in it. Like where I'm like, oh man, like oh, it's like I don't really want to say nothing to the
Yeah. Yeah.
customer. It's going to be up in the dark of the wood of the house. I don't think they're going to notice, but it's like when it's on the ground, I'm just like, jeez. I'm like, how many times? I think this is the third one we've had this year. I had the
Yeah.
one that had ripples in it, how it was made. That was wrong. So I had to come back and find some more. Then we just had the ones that were like three pieces were shattered. Like I don't even know how it happened, but that customer's still waiting because that's some weird custom color. And so I think they're waiting for sections too. So
Yeah.
I'm not real thrilled at the moment with them at the moment. There's one sitting right back here. I should
Yeah.
probably look. Actually, no, I look. It's actually a color coded. So maybe I should look at the
Huh.
mold of this because every time I pull it out of the package, it screws me. I don't think I'll be installing this one, but I'm gonna look at it right now. I
Yeah.
think
Service Spring, they kind of rub me the wrong way too. Just
oh yeah.
just the crap. Just the doors I get. Like we pulled a
Uh
door off and had a nice little ding on it. I was able to take a rubber mallet and tap it. It was right on the edge. And
oh yeah. Yep.
had Jeff inspected the panels before he started hardwaring them, we could have taken the
Mm.
bottom retainer and put it on, and
Oh
covered it. But
right.
no, it was right at eye
Right.
level. And I know
Oh
Jeff didn't dent it. I know I didn't dent it. And
yeah.
then
Yeah.
we unloaded the doors off the truck the other day. And I almost said something,
Mm.
but there was like a screw or a nail imprinted into
Uh
the door
oh.
cardboard.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's
I'm like,
scary.
yeah,
Uh
yeah,
did have you noticed with the I was talking to one of the guys over there at Service Spring and they were saying that they are really gunning for not showing light. I forget how they call it, but when you stack the door, sometimes you know how it is. You have some panels that'll be like kinked or
uh-huh,
whatever, and
uh-huh,
it shows light.
yep, yep.
And they were like, we did not want that. And I was like, that's interesting. I never, and of course, we just did a rich B door and one had it and I forgot to tweak it, but I remember we were stacking it right at eye level and I was like, man, that thing's kind of showing some light. Like I need to
Well,
twist it,
if they don't want that, I've had it before to where there wasn't anything I could
I
do, and
figured it's all how it's
it's usually
handled,
on a
you know.
pan. It's on a pan door normally.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
pan
Yeah.
door
That's
is
what this was.
really
Yeah.
hard to,
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
but I mean,
I just
overall,
wondered if you
I'm
were
I'm
like,
happy with their doors.
oh yeah. Yeah. They're right there or the same or equivalent to I'd say the rich B doors. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, they were nice doors, man. You know what I mean? I mean, they're the only thing
Mhm.
I'm struggling with lately is we still have to shove. I just had her order some backer rod. I'm gonna try some 1 inch. And then some of the guys were mentioning too about using I haven't found a garden hose I want to donate yet, but I thought about trying some garden hose. Um, but I thought maybe some 1 inch.
In
I
the
can't buy it at the stores
in the
typically.
bottom in the bottom
Yeah, for the
seal?
bottom. Yeah, because we always, you know how it is. Sometimes it's got a little bit of a crown and it shows light. So we'll like take some of the packaging, some of the
Oh,
plastic or something, and shove it in
oh.
there to kind of poof it up.
I've never
So
used a garden
that's
hose.
I never did either. I wanted to try it. I thought maybe it'd be more, instead of being so firm, like backer rod.
Yeah.
I thought about
What
trying it.
about going to Menards? What about going to Menards and buying they have stuff like this in a package that's
Yep.
round and you
Yep.
can
Yep. I think they call it pack or backer rod or something. You put it for like
is
concrete,
that what it's called?
for joints.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
what
okay.
everybody's
Yeah, yeah,
told
yeah.
me is backer rod or something. But
I use
I can
Walmart
find like half
bags.
inch. Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing. We're just plastic, we just shove
Yeah,
something in there.
yeah,
I'm always
yeah.
waiting for the day when a customer like this guy has said he has bad squirrel problems. And I'm thinking it's going to be
Uh-huh.
our day. The squirrel's going to pull out part of the plastic, and I'm going to get a picture one day, and it's going to be like, "Do you think this is acceptable? Just to throw garbage in the bottom of a, like, oh,
I say,
sorry,
"Yeah, man, that's our
sorry."
trick, man.
Well, I
That's our
just remember
trick.
years
What are you
ago
talking about?"
we were we were doing Lowe's, and we had a section. It was in a good spot too. A section that was damaged on a vinyl back, so I put a sticker over it, right? Put a sticker over it, and that booger had the audacity to pull that sticker back, and he sent it to Lowe's, and I got a big old ass chewing, like, oh, the customer, we got a work order, and he's not real happy. And of course, it was like way down in like South Haven or something, nothing
Oh,
close. And I'm
shit,
just like,
yeah.
that son of a biscuit, so I had to get the inserts, and I go down there just all chippery, hi, Mr. Customer, screw you,
Yeah.
and then like I'm trying to like I made sure I had an extra. Thank goodness I did, because of course as I'm trying to put them in, bang, I snap one in half. Son of a, so it's like, you know, so yeah, I wasn't real pleased with that job. So I'm always thinking when we're shoving stuff, there's going to be that day that we're going to have that one customer that's going to be like, I don't think this is appropriate to just shove garbage in here. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah,
It
I
is
could
what
hear
it
him.
is. Your
I could
stuff's all
hear him.
messed
Yep.
up.
I
So
had to
it was
tell
a tough
Jeff
one
the
today.
other
I
day,
think.
you don't. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. You're good.
Oh,
No, I'm
I
good.
said I
I'm
was
good.
gonna
I didn't
I
really
had
have.
to tell Jeff the other day, do not say anything around the customer. I don't care. I don't care. Shh. I said, take me outside and tell me. Don't tell me
Oh
in
yeah,
here.
yeah.
God,
No, 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 no,
that's the
no,
worst thing
no,
to do. Then
no,
we're trapped, or now I
no.
gotta spend more money, or who knows.
Yeah, I watch I watch a lot of, because now we got all these cameras and stuff, so I
Oh,
really watch,
oh
and
yeah.
now they got the ones that got like the lights, and so I mean they're right there where you're putting weather seal, or right there. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and those
Uh-huh.
things can hear
Uh-huh.
pretty good
Oh yeah.
sometimes, especially like
Oh
ring
yeah.
ring
Oh
cameras and stuff.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I really
Mine worked
I really
wonderful.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I really watch, like you just,
Yeah.
hey man, I don't want to incriminate myself. Anything you say
Yeah.
can and will be used against you in the court of law. So
Yep.
I just I use
Yeah,
like code, or I kind of do a little point.
when Ring first came out, the doorbell thing,
Yeah.
I was living in Texas, and I
Mm.
had somebody take my picture, and they made it, put it on an ID card, and sent it to my house.
Dang.
Yeah, it was
Dang.
fucking weird. Freaked me out.
Right.
I took it to
Right.
work.
With
I
me
took it
too.
to work, and I'm like, I was like, "Hey, what's," because back then, we did work for like Train and stuff. We'd go in, you had
Oh,
to have a
right.
badge, and you know, I'm like, "What
Yeah.
company is this for?" And they're like, "Nobody we do any work for." I'm like, "What?" I said, "That's kind
Yep.
of freaking me out." And they're like, "Well, just make sure you carry, right?" I said, "Well, I'm
Mhm.
gonna start."
Mhm.
That I'll never
Oh
forget
yeah.
that, man. And I was in my
Yeah.
work outfit and everything. I thought, "Oh, boy. How'd they find out where
Yeah,
I
you got
lived?" That was freaky.
that's weird too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
I hate all the
No,
camera
no.
shit.
I'll just check. Yeah, it's I was trying to look, because I thought, maybe should we keep going retail, to try to find a package, and at least if you got a problem, take it back. But I see a lot of cameras, and I'm like, man, I really don't want to deal with the cameras on the units. And we
Yeah.
haven't had too many people about the cameras. I see a lot of people come out and they're trying to link their phones up for the, to know if it's up or down, or they can see
Uh-huh.
the door or whatever for that. But that's where it's kind of like, I don't know what we're going to do for options. I don't know if it's, do we just have, the LiftMaster for the high end, and then it's the Genie, or is it going to be LiftMaster with Guardian? Or, the problem is, I know with Guardian is going to be, um, delivery, is going to be the problem. You're either going to
Yeah.
buy a skid or, do
Yeah.
you buy half belt, half, but what I like about the Guardian too is it works like the Genie. You can just drop they're universal. So I do like that. It's kind
Oh,
of like works
okay.
like the Genie. So that's kind of a nice feature, but it's a T rail too. So that's kind of the little bit of like, do you use the LiftMaster clip stuff to run your wires if you need to? Ah,
Mhm.
it's just which way,
I was gonna
I
ask you
I
about
just
that
wish,
Guardian. Who makes that Guardian?
yeah, it's Guardian makes it. So I mean, it's basically Performax. They make that's their cheaper
Oh,
version.
oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, 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 gotcha.
so
Okay.
it's and they make Extreme and um, you
Oh.
know, I know. But if you go with the AC,
Ugh.
you still got mechanical limits. So that's what I like.
Yeah,
Just like that it's still a simple
yeah,
AC unit, like real bare bone.
yeah.
So that's the only reason. It's just because, hey, it's an AC. I think they're still about 200 bucks. I think when I seen it, it still came with two remotes, an outside keypad. That's just kind of our people. You know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
just what I always like to offer. I like two remotes, outside keypad. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
here you go.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like here's your options.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I
but
267
yep,
that.
yep.
Yeah,
So, yep, yeah, for the LiftMaster. But
yeah.
I
Mhm,
just that's why I'm wondering about the Bluetooth. I mean, I like the idea that the Bluetooth has good range, but right now, we just have these weird phantom ghosts going on right now. It just seems like,
mhm.
it's like I said, it's not all, but it just seems, I don't
Yeah,
know, you know,
you're scaring
it's like,
me.
it, well, it just, at least with Genie has problems, but I like it's just like either damn thing's dead or like it just you know what I mean it's very I don't know how to explain it. It's like I don't know, it's like it feels like it's a girl, like a girlfriend, but her flaws, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
but like the other one's like this like hooker, and you're just like I don't know if you're gonna give me a gift that keeps on giving, or like which
yeah.
way are we gonna go? Are you friend or foe, or are we gonna what are you doing? Are you
Yeah.
manipulating me? Are you it just that's and so I'd like to go, oh, they came out with the Bluetooth, and I go, that's great. And then, but like I go, I'm not real pleased that they don't have a cover anymore on on their wall but or on their
Yeah.
keypad. Um, I just I just don't know for a guinea pig right now for the Bluetooth stuff. We ran
Mhm.
into the guys had some remotes that wouldn't work, so then they had to obviously go to the store, grab a few new remotes that are the Bluetooth version. It cost us kind of a whole day of screwing around. But once
Mhm.
we're in it, are we in it? And then if you go, problem is you go Guardian. Well, what if somebody needs parts down the road?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
maybe you don't really have the parts. So now it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like,
Uh,
yeah, they come in, hey,
yeah.
I broke my keypad. I was doing what, and you're like, oh, geez, like, let me order that. It's
Yeah.
going to take a couple days, 2 weeks to get it in
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever,
Oh,
you know. So
yep.
it's just, yeah, it's, and I haven't done enough of the LiftMaster new ones now to see if the keypads are, LiftMaster used to be just so bulletproof. Now it's like every time I go to it, it's like I feel like there's three different ways to program a LiftMaster keypad. It's like, is it this way this time, or is it this way, or do I have to push two buttons at the same time?
Yeah.
They change it all the time.
Yeah.
It seems like so. We got burned on that one out by the lake. Because we had to change the frequency. That really just, I just don't feel like we're always fumbling around with tons of remotes with Genie. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
kind of across the board. It just works. I like the idea that we have dual frequencies. Maybe, that's why I was telling a guy about, I just, you know what I mean? Like I told him, I said, I don't know. I said, he goes, well, we just put this LED in. And I said, I'm not saying that's the problem. I'm just telling you what I've experienced. I said, I've never had one delete out the remotes. I said, I mean, they don't work. I said, but maybe that's what started it. Maybe he was having a range issue. Maybe he started messing
Uh-huh.
with them. But he put an LED in there, a little strip light, and he's like, yeah, we just put that in a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, I'm just telling you, I don't know. And so, it's like, I just, I don't know. And it's an older Security Plus. It's got the purple button.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah. I
Yeah.
bet it is.
So
I
it's
bet
just
I
like,
bet that's used what I used to do is tell the customers, well, like you said, a couple weeks ago they changed the light. Well, when did you start having a problem? Oh, a couple weeks ago.
yeah,
Bingo.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Things like that
I didn't
security
verify that
plus.
100%. Yeah, I didn't verify that. I told him about the light bulbs, like we've talked about, if they're heavier. Because then, of course, he's like, well, where do I get a regular light bulb? He's like, because I probably shouldn't put an LED. So I said, well, I said I've talked to a couple guys. I said, this is,
Yeah. That's
I
the one
said,
right
so
there.
I said, yeah, I said I gave him one. I said, here you go. I said you can throw this in there, and you should be okay. And so it's just like, I don't know. It's just, I'm scared, man. I am scared.
Yeah.
LiftMaster.
I hear you. I
You know
hear
what I
you.
mean? Like, I just don't know if we're gonna be. Now the other thing I'm scared is, I'm looking at they had some packages, let's say through like Menards or whatever. I'm like, okay, they got two remotes, outside keypad, perfect. That's awesome. Something like that probably work. Oh, it's a three battery backup. I don't know if I want to do battery backup. You only get 3 years and the damn thing starts beeping. You know how many service
Mhm.
calls we've gotten
Mhm.
back? Even the guy that works here, he's like, yeah, he's like, I finally, it's been 3 weeks. He says, the wife's complaining about that damn beeping. And I said,
Yep.
he goes, you look those things up online. He goes, if you buy the LiftMaster one, it's a lot of money, but you can buy the Chamberlain, it's like half the price. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I had a cousin. He contacted me for a customer that we installed, and he's like, "Hey, it's beeping." I said, "Well, it's probably beeping because the battery." Well, we got a battery here. I don't know how old the battery is. It 3 years just from when it's built?
Right.
Is it 3 years when it's in service? So I'm like, like, hey man. So I send him a link because I just basically don't want to deal with it. I'm like, here's a link.
Yeah.
Like, buy it through Amazon. He's like, oh, you can't just buy that at the store. And I'm like, no, like you got to buy it offline.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? It adds more to
Yep.
it that I don't,
You
you
don't
know what I
wanna
mean? Like,
stock
and I'm like, if you only get
batteries.
right, right. And then I go, if you only get in 3 years, 3 years is
Y
like nothing for me. That just goes by
Yeah.
in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just to have these,
Yeah.
we still got some over there on the shelf. And now I'm sitting there going, like, do we need to like get these out the door? Like these need to go. Like you need to sell these. Like get rid of these, because they're kind of, and they're obsolete. And then I'm kind of irritated right now because we've been working on some gate operators and I know two of them, and one's for a big DPW. And we get there and I'm looking at it and it's, I don't know, I think it's only like, I don't know, it was either 6 or 8 years old. And I said, well, he's asking me questions. And I said, well, I mean, I don't really know. I said, I'd call tech support. He goes, tech support won't help me. I said, what do you mean? He goes, they don't, because it doesn't have the safeties anymore. This safety, they won't get, I said, they won't give you help even? I said, they sold you the damn thing. I said, they took your money. I said, but they won't give you help? Nope. I said, are you
Mm.
serious? He goes, I'll call him again. And he did. And he said, that's what they told me on the last one. And I'm like, he goes, I guess maybe so they don't have to train people, And I'm like, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's that. I think they're just trying to,
They want you to buy
get you
new.
so you just right, right. And I thought, hey, Lanier, Nortec, now it's nice. I thought they never gave me that bull crap when I worked on gate operators. I mean, they would try their best, and then you normally get frustrated to a point. Either if you didn't know how to fix it and they couldn't help you, you just finally tell the customer, hey, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like all we can do
Mhm.
is replace it. But the fact that they will not give you help, that irritates me. I'm just like, that's like pushing you, to you have to
Right.
do our way. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And
Right.
so we had a wall button that was a store one too, and we that was funny because I put the Wifetron on it. She goes, "This is a B to find." You know what I mean? I said, "I know," and she was like, "I don't know what the hell if it's discontinued. Like, why is this?" I
Mhm.
said, "I don't know." I said, "But it's got to be the exact same one." I said, "They're right next to each other." I said, "This one works fine." I said, "The damn thing's not even a year old yet." I said, "So I said, but it's got to look exactly." I said, "This guy is very on point. This guy gave us all this great. You guys did a great job. You guys did a great job. They did new doors, new openers. We're so happy." And I said, here we are with a stinking, and of course, we already went back to this job once. And the first time was because it's got the motion sensors on it. So he calls, a couple days or whatever, and he goes, he says, the light never turns off. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds, so I walk up to the house, I see it, he comes out the door, boom, light turns on right away. And he says, yeah, he goes, it hasn't turned off. And I said, it's that motion right there. I said, every time you open the door, it's turning on before you see
Yeah.
it. I said, but it just clicked out. Let me see. I go over, one's off on the sensor, one's on. And he goes, "Oh," he goes, "Is that it?" I said, "That was it." And he goes, "Oh man, I feel really bad." No problem, man. So luckily he's really close to the shop. But then of course now, like I said, we haven't made 6 months, and we got a bad wall station, and I'm just like, man, like this guy said, I'm gonna tell. I got my son building a house. I got all this stuff, and here we are. The light thing, okay, that happens, whatever. It was just a clerical, whatever. The guy should have maybe caught it. But then now we're back for a wall button and it's still sitting here because now we're slammed. It's like, oh, it's like I just want to install and I don't want to see you for years, you know?
Yep. Yep.
And so, you know, it was just like when I got kicked in the hiney for that one on the lakeshore. We got a blizzard, and I'm like, it's the UFO style light, and I'm like, hey man,
Oh,
like we
mhm.
got we're a little over half in the day. We got some time. This customer's been patiently waiting. Let's go take care of them, right? Cap gets all the remotes. And I'm like, he's like, then we're trying to debate. I go, well, crap, man. I said, are they home? Oh, I think the husband is, but I don't know about the wife. So does that mean the remote's there? I don't know.
No.
Well, right. So I'm like, well, these people have been so patiently waiting. We just got to do whatever. If we got to give them a free remote, we give them a free remote. Whatever, screw it. Like they just need to get out of our life. They've been very good to customers. And then all of a sudden it was like we go out there, he's doing his magic. He's looking at he printed out the sheet from LiftMaster. He had to call LiftMaster because he couldn't find it online. So they sent it to him in email. He's got it. We're out somewhere. We have no service. We do all that stuff. And then he's sitting over there punching that wall button. I'm like, or the keypad. I'm like, is that keypad? And he's like, it should. You would think they would send you so it can change the frequency. And he's like looking at the notes. Nope, it's got to be this model. Oh man, he starts digging through his van. I'm like, oh, come on, buddy. Please have it. And you don't have it. And I'm just like,
Uh,
are you kidding me? This is like the sixth time we've been out to this customer. Like, this is embarrassing. This is such a waste of freaking time. And it's a blizzard out, And so now we
oh.
had to go back. And of course, what happens? We go back. The secretary's contacting us. Hey, I got a customer with a broken spring. It's like, yeah, that's a paying job, but we're busy, man. Like, we got to. If we take care of that broken spring, we won't get back to this customer till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. Like, like I don't
Yeah.
want to be there while they're eating dinner and drinking their wine. I'm like, hey, we're back. Yeah, how about we just crash here? It's a blizzard out here, and so we do all that, and then of course, it's like we get out there, we say our goodbyes, we think we're all good. The wife's got the home link linked up. She's just pulling in and she's hitting that button, man, and she can't get in. She's like looking at us with the hands, and it's like, oh my gosh, her car's not linked to it now. Thank goodness we called
Oh,
her. Otherwise, this would have been
yeah.
another call
Other,
back.
yeah.
And the problem,
Oh,
and you know what the problem was, is that the technician that was supposed to go out there before me and Cap, um, he had a sick day. Something came up. I forget. Well, then we didn't even contact him, to
oh,
say, hey, your technician didn't show up today. You know what I mean? So it's just compounding. And that's what it feels like
oh, yeah.
sometimes. These things
Yeah.
just keep compounding. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, oh my gosh. So yeah, that's my situation sometimes, it feels like.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's my
The
fun.
life of a garage
I
door
miss the
guy.
old days. I miss the old days. I really do. Like I said, I love the old simple whatever 8165s or whatever, just I I
Oh,
I would
yeah.
I would faithfully tell those customers, we'll see you
Yep.
maybe 8, 10, 15 years. Have a
Yep.
good time. And
Yep.
I installed, and I never went back. I mean, if I did, it was a
Yep.
photo eye. That was it. You know what I mean? And most time I
Yep.
knew right over the phone. Is it blinking? Yeah, I can hear it too. Click, 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 click. It's a photo eye. The only thing that'll make that click, go down. Oh, you're right. You're all set. Okay, you have a good day. You
Yeah.
know.
Not that easy
So that's that.
anymore.
No, I think they brought the clicky back at least, but I don't know, man. It's goofy. And then now you got to sit here and rethink the whole crap again. That's just the bummer part, you know. And so then, have you
Well,
ever wired up the the mass on a commercial one, that light that'll blink for you on a commercial opener.
Oh,
I think
no.
you gotta have 5
No.
wires or 6
Yep.
wires. Yeah, well,
Uh-huh, yeah.
Cap's actually probably smarter than I am. So now I get to do that at midnight. I gotta do my research. He sent me a screenshot because I read the manual, and he said it still don't work. And I'm like, "Oh." So, I'm sure it's just something on our end that we're messing up. So I gotta find a YouTube video that'll show how to wire that puppy up
I
so we
hooked it
can. Because
up
I told him,
one
I said,
one
"I."
time. One time.
"Did you?"
Never. Yep.
I told
One
him, I
time
said,
only.
"I think it'll tell you if there's a problem. It'll blink like it does up there,
Mhm.
how many blinks."
Mhm.
I said,
Mhm.
I thought I heard that you can program remotes from the wall station instead of going up. I never done it. That's what I heard. So, but you gotta have that hooked up. That'd be pretty
I'm
cool.
not
I would like
aware
that.
of that. I'm not aware of that being the case, but, I do know it you can set, like, your maintenance on it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have
Yep.
that hooked up to set the maintenance and all that crap, which, a
Whatever happened
lot
to
of
the
go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking, I don't hear anybody talk about the Maximums anymore. I don't hear nothing. I don't know if people are
Yeah.
still installing. Kevin might.
No,
Kevin does,
they're
I think, still
Kevin,
occasionally.
yeah, they're still there. My
Are they?
supplier, my supplier has, I don't want them.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want them.
Yeah,
Give me old
I just kinda
red
wonder
is
what
what I
happened.
tell them. Just give me old red.
Give me over.
I want old red.
Yeah, yeah.
Old
So,
red
I'm
works
curious,
good
out of
in
the
the metal
vans.
building. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. That's out of those vans, which ones cost you the most so far?
Oh, fuck. Damn Chevy. That damn
Oh,
Chevy.
no, not the Chevy.
That damn
Oh, man.
Chevy. No, they're both, we bought used vans. It was expected, a little more than what I expected to spend to repair them, but no, I probably got more
Yeah,
in the Chevy, but the Chevy, it runs good. Runs good.
yeah,
Both those
yeah.
trucks run good down the road straight. We got new tires, alignment.
Nice.
Jeff got a camber bushing or something put in. I mean, I put a lot of money into
Oh,
them,
right,
and
right.
no
Oh, it
no
happens, it
stickers,
happens.
no stickers or anything for advertisement because I was put it into the damn things, getting them
Yeah,
running right. But
yeah,
hopefully,
yeah,
hopefully we can get some
yeah.
miles out of them now.
Right, right. Well, maybe you do something small, for maybe stickers or something too, just
Mm-hmm.
because.
Mm-hmm.
My theory was always, hey, older vehicles, depending on if they got rust and stuff, do I really want to invest,
Mm-hmm.
$4,000, and then in a
Yeah.
year or two it's all bubbling and it's like, we gotta,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know what kind of nightmare that'd be for obviously for a body guy, because then whatever they repair, you gotta take it in, try to get it restickered. That's if the guy's still around, or
Right.
all that stuff, or has the same font or print or can make it match up. So that was always kind of a hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Holy cow, we better probably wrap this up here pretty soon. Papa's
Oh
place and
shit.
house out there says. I think Burke was asking. I was just kind of shooting to that. And I apologize. We passed some of you guys. Uh, what's house out there? What's kind of the average house running there? PT.
Prices? Oh shit. I don't know.
Yeah, just kind of an
I just
average. I mean, you're
everything's
seeing.
high. Everything's high.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I mean, I used to buy homes for like 4,000 and $10,000.
yeah. How's that ain't happening anymore?
I ain't lying.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
not anymore. Uh-uh. Yeah.
no, no. It's
No. Like I'd say our home there here, it's a one, two, three, 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car
mhm,
garage with the shop out back, acre lot. You're probably looking at
yeah,
300.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Did I
Just
was
a
thinking about that
ranch.
one day because we were we were talking with oh, cousin Evan and stuff like that. Did you do you ever have any problems where you're at for like the zoning with your house and running the business and all that?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, it's probably because you got good neighbors, I'm assuming, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Nobody's
keeping
got
the
a
neighbors happy. Well, the neighbor here, we got into it before, and here,
oh, okay.
yeah, you got,
Yeah, but
yeah,
he obviously
they could make it hell on me, I'm sure.
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
but
I
it's
mean, you're
not it's
probably
not it's not like your shop, It's rare that
yeah,
somebody pulls up over here,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
I go to
yeah,
them
yeah,
normally. I mean, have I had people?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had a guy knock at my front door and I'll be like, "What?" He's like,
Oh, yeah,
"Hey, can I get a hint?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure, come on." You
yeah,
know, I
yeah,
get a few, but
yeah.
not
Right,
normally.
right. Right, right. Yeah, I guess it all depends on what the township and stuff like that. Because like I've explained before, we had a guy that's down the road now, and he runs his undercoating business. But he, in that township, I used to be in that township, and he was saying that if even if you have a car lift, he says you have a car lift in your garage. He says they deem you as a business. He says the car lift's got to go, or you got to move. Um,
Wow.
so it
Well,
kind of
they're not
just
that bad here
yeah,
yet. I mean, I
yeah,
have with the city, I've had problems like with my container. When I started my business, they
yeah.
ran me off my own lot.
Oh, oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
threatened me
Like,
$2,500 a day.
do you have to pay for a, like, business license for through the city or the township? They
Uh-uh,
just give you a piece of paper. Yeah, see,
uh-uh.
like, where I was at, that was their big they kinda
Oh,
got on
okay.
us, and I think
Yeah.
they can find you through Google. They know that you're getting mail, you know what I mean? So all of a sudden, we
Mhm,
got this
mhm,
letter that was
mhm.
like, "You're in violation, you're running a business," and it was like, "Oh my gosh," it seemed all threatening and stuff, and then next thing it was like, all they wanted was like $30 for a
Yeah.
year to I had to basically what I'm doing for a business, and then I got this thing, but for me, I was in that same township, but I was in a commercial area, so I was kind of okay. So I think that's how I got away with like having a garbage dumpster and um,
Mhm.
the trailers and stuff and scrap metal and certain things, and I had
Yeah.
pretty decent
No,
neighbors, but I think
yeah.
I got away with a little more, you know.
Well, my neighbors, they know I have a scrap trailer, so they bring their metal down and throw it in my scrap trailer. I have people come down the
Nice.
drive and they'll drop shit off.
Right.
You
That's
gotta
funny.
you
You get
gotta
people that
keep
drop
them.
off. We get people that want to pick up.
Yeah, I
We're the
got
op.
the guy up the street here, he works on cars. So I'll find car parts and be like, where the fuck these come from? And then here he's been dumping. Paige, Paige and Sam dump. There's people always
Yep.
dumping in there. I don't mind. It's like bring it.
What do you do for because do you have a dumpster for garbage or do you just kind of use the residential garbage
Um,
can?
well, I have for our cardboard, all our
Yeah.
cardboard, I have a 55-gallon drum that Jeff burns it. They turned it
Okay.
into like a
Oh, okay.
incinerator. They made this
Yeah,
deal
yeah,
out
yeah.
of if it's really nice. It lets off
Nice.
very
Nice.
little smoke. It's sweet, but
Really?
we burn all the
I'll
cardboard in
see.
that. Yeah, it's
Nice.
nice. And then,
Well, that's cool. You have
and
to
and
there you go. You'll make a video on that sometime.
trash or plastic, it goes into a plastic, bag, and we bag it up, and then,
Yeah.
Jeff's a pallet guy, and I don't
Okay.
know. Jeff Jeff grabs that trash can, he throws it in the back of his truck, and I don't know where it goes. I have no idea. And hopefully it's going somewhere good because, I throw stuff with my name in there.
Right, right.
So, I don't know where it goes.
Oh, that's funny.
He takes care of
Oh,
it.
that's funny.
He's a good dude.
That's
I don't
cool.
know. He it disappears. I don't
He
know.
he's like that he's like that renter I was catching, that, collecting tires from where he worked, making them a deal and is gonna stash them in the garage and then dump it on me one day. Oh, no.
Oh,
Jeff's over there
don't even say
stashing
that.
his
That's
stuff.
what one of my renters do. That's what he does. He's got the
Did
whole garage full of tires. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
Don't die on me, dude.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
die
that's
on me."
yeah, and I guess one of the girls had a guy show up. I don't know why. I was thinking, my goodness, man, he could have all the tires. There's so many tires through Muskegon County, but he was asking for we had to use tires. I don't know if he was fishing. I thought I never had anybody ask for like used junk tires, but dude, we'll find you
Yeah.
some. I know there's some around. But so that was kind of weird. Yeah, I just thought, I don't know about
Uh,
that.
that
Crazy.
is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That is
We
crazy.
I just think we should wrap her up here so we can get to
Sure.
I'm sure
Sure.
you're gonna go to I'm sure you'll be up bright and early.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did you hear about my dump truck?
I didn't see it. I think I heard
Oh,
about it.
yeah. I
You gonna put it
snuck
to
it.
work, or what are you thinking? You just
Yeah, well,
what's that?
first, I have to tell the wife at some point. I haven't told the wife yet.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to be no part of this. I'm on camera. I'm gonna get drug into this or something murdered.
Well, the funny thing is, all the kids know about it. Everybody knows but my wife. Well, just because she said no more
So you
vehicles.
think. No,
Yeah, who's that?
shoot.
Tanner. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Kicks you, there you go,
Yeah.
kicks you out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
in that
it's a
roll-up area. That's all
I'm
heated and
thinking
cooled.
about yeah, I know, that's what that's for, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
No, I was thinking about putting it to work. I was thinking about it,
yeah,
like, if we're ever slow and Jeff, man,
yeah.
he's he that guy has brought so much business to my business because 'cause he's a scrapper, a pallet guy,
Right,
and
right.
every time he goes to somebody's house and picks up scrap, he gives them my business
No,
card.
yeah. Right,
So,
right.
my business card's getting out there. I get his people call me all the time. I'll get people call me saying, "Hey, I got this piece of metal out my front yard. You wanna come and get it?" And I'm like, no, but
Right.
I'll send Jeff over to get it."
Yeah, you can do so much with a dump.
Yeah.
I mean, they're amazing, you know what I mean? They're just
Yeah.
so universal. If you wanna go get gravel or whatever, and just,
Yeah.
as gotten
Yeah.
older, there's never been a time where it's like there's nothing worse because I'm always used to back in the day, you get in a pickup truck and you get it wherever you go, and now you gotta shovel the crap out. And that's
Oh, yeah.
like a kick in the
Yeah.
face. Or it's
That's
even worse if you gotta load it and then unload it, you know?
yeah. Well,
That's the worst. Brush.
I'm putting a drive around the building, so
Okay. Yep.
it'll
Yep.
pay for itself right there. Just in
Oh
me
yeah.
hauling. Yeah.
Or like you said, you
So,
got options for another venture, or
yeah.
you got Page, you got
Yeah.
rental, you got just there's just
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've
so
got
much you can
stuff I
do.
need to clean up and yeah. And I bought that little skid
Yep.
loader so I can yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all a
Yeah.
major the older you get, the
Yeah.
less you wanna lift.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And like you
Absolutely.
said, to
Yeah, the only thing
move
I'd
dirt,
ever Oh
no,
yeah. Yep.
I don't wanna move no damn
Yeah,
dirt.
it's no, no, it's just so convenient. The only thing I would ever like still would be oh, what do they call it? Like a mini what am I trying to call it? It's like a little backhoe, you know what I mean? One of those
Yeah.
what is it
A
called? A mini
mini
something it's called, I thought.
I
Mini
have a
excavator, isn't it?
yeah, I have a mini skid with a I have a backhoe
Yeah, mini skid, but
attachment.
it's a mini think it's a mini excavator. Just something to grab with
Yeah.
an
Yeah,
arm
yeah,
and
yeah,
lift
yeah.
up
Yep.
higher if you need
It's a
to,
grapple.
or dig a
Yep.
trench.
Mhm.
Yeah, dig a trench.
Mhm.
That's the big thing because
Yep.
I still got stuff where I'm doing pipe or drainage, and
Yep.
it'd just be nice for that. You know what I mean? One
Yep.
day I've been looking at the Chinese ones. Maybe I'll
They're
pull the trigger when
nice.
I really need it.
They're
Oh
nice. The
yeah,
Chinese
yeah.
ones. I
But you know
bought
how it
one.
is. Then you gotta maintain it. You gotta store it. You gotta, it's
Yep.
kind of like, I
Yep.
don't know if I want
Yep.
to deal with that right now.
Yep. That's yeah. I'll
but
tell
the
you what,
but
when
the
you get
skidster,
my age, you don't want to lift shit anymore.
no,
You'll deal with whatever you gotta
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
I
You gotta have a sure winder.
That's right. That's right. Anything that's right. I'm about having the right tools for the job. That's what it is.
That's
I
right.
needed
That's
a
right.
dump truck.
Yeah,
I needed a stone.
yeah,
I need a dump truck. I don't like renting.
yeah,
I hate to rent.
yeah,
I like to
yeah.
own.
Well, and yeah, that's like even if we ran into that for a long time, like when we were doing like a scissor lift, and it puts so much more pressure on you too. You know what I mean? Because then it never fails. That day is going to rain, or it's going to be the job doesn't go right, and now you're like,
Yeah.
mother fudgers, I'm going to need it for
Yeah.
another day, and
Yeah.
I should have just done it for a week, or you try to get with whoever, and then they say, well, we can't do that. Like somebody else has got it rented. Oh,
Yeah.
and so
Uh-huh.
yeah, just it's so much nicer just to have the stuff and use it at your
Yeah.
convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's a
Yeah.
challenge, when it comes to certain
Yeah.
things. I mean, we're renting a scissor lift now too. We got it for a month, and it's whatever it is,
Mhm.
550 or something. So, but it's a balance. People just have to figure what they're gonna do. It's a
Mhm.
challenge. You learn as you go, and what you can
Yeah.
afford. You know,
Right.
that's kind of how
Right.
it goes.
Yeah. Well, and
Um,
how much do you actually want to climb a ladder? That's the way I look at it. I don't want to, so I'm
oh
going to own
man,
me a scissor lift.
I'm not as good on
One,
ladders as I used
one,
to. I notice I'll lose my balance a little bit sometimes.
one of these days, you're going to see me pull up on a residential. I'll be pulling in on my scissor lift.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, it's like now that I've gotten, the age on me too, I could definitely see now why, like you get on ladders and stuff, you get up there, 18, 20 feet or whatever. I can see why they want you to harness off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like, man, if this ladder
Yeah.
tips and
Hmm.
I'm going down, I'm going
Yeah.
splat.
Yeah. Wait till
So
you're
it's,
58. You ain't as stable as you used to be.
oh, I'm not as stable as I used to be now. I mean, I've been,
Paige,
I was on top of a ladder the other day and it was like, whoa.
Paige would make fun of me on the damn scissor lift. I always wanted a scissor
Yeah.
lift because I had more room to work. She's like, Dad, well, you afraid up here? I said, well, you know what? It's not that I'm afraid. It just, I don't feel
Yeah.
safe. 'Cause
Oh, right, right.
you're just
Yeah.
not as
Oh, I get it.
stable. It's
Oh
weird.
man.
It's weird.
Well, I think it was a great learning opportunity is when I went down to Indiana there and I worked with Josh and I
Yeah.
get there and he's got like 6 doors all lined up or whatever. And I'm like, all right. And they're like 14 by 14s, and I'm like, cool. I'm like, got a scissor lift? He goes, no, I do it off ladder. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I'm like, okay. Like, whew, not a problem. Oh my gosh, the first day, climbing up and down and getting my tools and oh, I forgot the winding bars. Go back down, this and that. I think I had the
uh,
spring turner for that one. Oh my dude, that
uh,
hotel room, I've never felt so much pleasure in my life. To lay down, I cranked
uh,
that air conditioning just in my undies, just to let everything breathe. The shower, I was just like, I am so dead. It was just I was so whooped. And so then I think the next day somebody else was getting he goes, well, maybe I'll see if I can get a lift. And I'm like, he's out doing like service calls. So I'm like kind of there by myself running the show. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. You gotta go do a service call. So I see this lift getting dropped off. It's a little bit on the bigger side. And I'm like, I go up to do this drop. Hey, who ordered this lift? I don't know, some guy named Bob. And I said, I said, I'm Bob. I said, Bob's not here. I said, but I'm Bob. I said, I'll sign off on this. I signed off that thing. I got on that big scissor lift, man. I start hauling around in the building. I'm just waiting for somebody to kick me off. Nobody came for the whole day. I sat on that lift, man, just kept, I was like, screw those ladders, man. I
Yeah.
was like, the hell with this, you know? So I think I told Josh before I left. I said, you ever bring me on a job again? I said, you better have a scissor lift. I said, do these kind of big doors. I said, dude, I said I could do this all day. I said by myself. I said, but climbing up and down a ladder, hell no. I said
No.
this is
Hell no.
horrible.
Hell no.
Trying to mount the
Oh.
springs and stuff. I was going up doing them piece by piece, and then he'd be there to help for
Oh my.
sections and stuff like that. But it was just, I mean, every time it was like I go up, like, oh man, now I need the drill. Da, 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 da. Back down, I was
Uh,
like, that was what was killing me, just up and
uh,
down. But maybe I
yeah,
need to do it.
screw
I should do
that.
it some more because when I was down there for 3 or 4 days, I lost like 15 pounds. So that was a good exercise. But I was whooped. I
I
was
bet.
whooped.
I bet. Probably hurting like a son bitch. Damn.
Oh man, it was. I forget what that hotel was called. It started with a D, like I forget, but that hotel, we got it, and there was the wife's like, she goes, oh, she goes, there's a Red Robins. You like Red Robins? She goes, there's one right next door, and I was like, oh, sweet. So she want dinner, but she says even though they got lunch and dinner, and whatever that hotel was down there was fantastic for contractors. They give you like two cards for like two drinks for like two alcohol drinks. I didn't use those, but the food was very acceptable. Everything was it was heaven. Um,
Nice.
just to go there and just get a good night's sleep and take a shower and oh, it's what you needed. So it was fun. It was interesting, And Josh was the one that I'll never forget. He started out with the called me up and he was one with the Chevy Spark. And then I'm like, you're working out of a Chevy Spark? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, how'd you get the doors there? And he's like, I got them delivered. I'm like, dude, this dude's like a rich bee, man. He's losing other
Yeah.
people's money. You know what I mean? He's thinking outside
Uh-huh.
the box. He's
Uh-huh.
not letting nothing stop him. He's just like, yeah, I get them
Uh-huh.
delivered. I had the scissor lift delivered. I just came with a bag of tools and I do my job. And I'm like, rock on, dude. Like, you got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
figuring it out.
That's pretty cool. That's
Another
pretty
MD,
cool.
okay, medium size. Dump trailer, Tanner's got, need one. We'll keep finding times. Could use. Oh, yeah, the dump trailers. I looked for dump
Yeah.
trailers for a long time. And it's like you almost just go to like, screw it. I'm just going to buy new. Every time you go look, when you look
Yeah.
online, you're like, oh, that thing's beat up, or that one needs tires, or they
Yeah.
said the hydraulic didn't work, or, I'm sure with the economy, they're out there. Everything's always out there. You just got
Oh
to
yeah. Yeah.
keep your eyes open. It's just, anything for seemed like my flavor either had low sides or something goofy with it, or wrong size. It's like you're looking at your phone. I give up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm done. You
Yeah.
Screw
Right.
this.
Right.
Can't find nothing like a spoiled kid. Oh well, you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
We'll call we'll
All
call we'll
right.
call it a night.
Yeah. Sounds
I'm gonna
good.
I'm gonna try
Thanks,
to do my
Dave.
I'm gonna try to see if my battery will work.
Awesome.
Do my cutting.
Awesome. Hey guys,
I
thanks for
definitely hope you have
watching.
a go ahead.
Thanks for watching tonight. S- All the comments and keeping Dave and us entertained.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Go ahead, Dave.
Well, I hope tomorrow, PT, you make a lot of baby money. I hope you have a good day. I
Oh
hope you
yeah.
have a safe day. I'm really
Yeah,
glad
you
that
too.
everybody was here and in the comments. I'm sorry that we didn't get to all of them. We just, it was mostly my fault. Just got yakking away, but we had a great time. We have a good time.
Yeah.
And if you guys ever need anything, you can always reach out to PT or myself,
Yeah.
and we'll try our best to
Right.
help you out.
For sure. For
Otherwise,
sure.
night, boys. Have a good
Yeah.
week. No heat
Yeah,
stroke.
night
Yeah, yeah, no
Tanner.
heat stroke. I got one guy.
Yeah,
He
no
he
shit.
always gets the heat stroke, and he gets one throw up a year, and then he's fine for the rest of the
Oh.
year. Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it. So, but thanks you guys for watching and all that good stuff,
Yeah.
and keep those fingers.
All right, guys. Papa Tony out. Thanks for watching.
Uh,
Like and
uh,
subscribe. See you guys.
See you, Tony.
Yep. Bye.